Hello everyone and welcome back to Newegg TV. My name is Paul and I'm here with a few special guests coming to you from PAX East 2014. I'm here with Tom Peterson from NVIDIA. And also Leon Chen from Gigabyte. How's it going, guys?
Good.
Happy to be here.
Enjoying the PAX East experience thus far?
I love PAX.
I do too.
I just love it here.
It's a unique vibe, it's a unique experience. You have tons of people here all excited about playing games. And we have a product that will help people play games, do we not?
Yes, we do.
Indeed, we do.
Leon, let's just start it off here. This is a bricks product.
Yes,
but
it is.
It's a new one and it's got some unique features to it. So what are we looking at here? This green
we
box.
brought our bricks line over to Newegg several times. We've done many videos for it. We've done our bricks. We've done our bricks projector. You know, we've done our bricks pro. This is something new on top of that. This is our bricks gaming model. Now you can see it in NVIDIA green. We did this co-op with NVIDIA, and the most unique thing that we have about this unit is it's actually using a GTX 760.
Nice.
Now this is perfect for those gamers that, you know, they want something more, they want more horsepower in the system that they can use to play the modern games or higher end games that are more graphic intensive.
So
right, absolutely.
760's in there. Where do you put the rest of the computer?
Right, so the rest of the computer, we actually have it stacked.
Is it also in there?
It's also in here.
That's amazing.
And we can give them a sneak peek of what's inside. Tom, if you wouldn't mind helping me just pull that out.
Ooh.
Okay.
We can show everyone. Right here, you can see that we do have that hard drive. We have the wireless card. It takes mSATA. It has low voltage SODIMM memory, and you can do a 2.5. So you could do mechanical or SSD. And we're looking at a small, compact computer that can go up against some of the best desktops out there.
Wow, that's amazingly dense.
Right.
I mean, everything's in there.
And definitely the key thing right now is we're using a GTX 760. Now this is definitely a powerhouse, and I'm sure Tom can tell us a lot more about it.
Well, first of all, the GTX 760 is a beast card. It's actually a full-featured GPU. It uses our Kepler GPU. So, you know, it supports HDMI, it supports DP 1.2, which means with that card, you can get great performance on a lot of games. Games like Battlefield 4, you can play games like Homeworld when it comes out with its 4K pack.
Nice.
And since we support HDMI 1.2, it also works with G-Sync. So you know what G-Sync is? It's our way of working with a monitor so that the monitor doesn't tear and it never stutters, and you get great gameplay.
That's the DisplayPort, right?
It uses DisplayPort to do that, yeah. So this card in this box, it's an amazing form factor with a great gaming GPU.
And I love that the DisplayPort is also going to give you 4K support, right?
Absolutely.
4K, 60 hertz, direct connection. So I love
this
the
little guy
there.
you can imagine sitting behind your TV in your home theater and connecting up with DisplayPort to your TV and getting full 4K at with HDMI with DP 1.2.
But if you put it behind there, you wouldn't be able to see the lovely NVIDIA
it's
green
true. Maybe tuck it next
on the
to
side.
It. Yeah, tuck it next to maybe.
It's a very well. I mean, form factor aside, and the amount of hardware you guys have managed to fit in here, I really like just the design aesthetic itself. You got
idea is nice.
The sort of the swoopy NVIDIA logo almost they've integrated there. Lovely finish on there, a nice glossy. And
we can show everyone the back. We have, actually, we have the 2 mini HDMI ins. So you can actually use an HDMI connection like Tom said. We have DisplayPort. We also have, you know, 2 USB 3.0s and an Ethernet cable. But with these 3 connectors, we're able to do triple monitors. So if you guys are looking to get like a triple monitor display, something for race car driving, this is something you can do.
It's amazing. You're kind of looking at this thinking it's like a low power PC, but this is actually the power and performance of a mainstream desktop, and it definitely will hook up multiple displays and get surround going.
So let's talk a little bit about just the engineering feat of wedging everything in here. Did you guys run into any issues when it comes to cooling?
For cooling, well, that's a really good question. We have a lot of people come by, they ask us, oh, how is it cooled? It's so tiny. Of course, cooling is always an issue with small, compact form factors. We have 2 fans on the side that we showed you guys earlier. So that's a good way that we've cooled it. And we also use the thermal chassis as a cooling solution as well.
Nice. So I got to ask, fan noise, you got what's been
fan
the
noise
so far?
That's the second question we always get. With fans, you always have fan noise. So what we've done is we actually have different fan curves set into the BIOS of the system. We have a turbo mode, we have an operational mode. The turbo mode allows you to actually do workstation type performance if you're looking for that high kick. But if you want something quiet, it's for a home theater, you want the graphic performance, but at the same time you still want to have that quietness in it, you can just use your operational mode. It'll bring that fan curve down, you'll barely hear it.
And of course the 760 is based on Kepler architecture, which we all know is extremely power efficient as well as awesome. So you're not going to have to deal with as much heat as you might have been generating, say, with older generations.
It's a really low power part, and it's going to run GPU boost, which means it's going to adjust its clock dynamically based on power headroom. So if it has extra power and thermal headroom, the clock will go up and it'll consume that power to get higher performance. But if things start getting hot and it can't consume that much power, it'll dial itself back automatically.
Excellent. Now, apart from the NVIDIA parts, and then we also have an Intel processor, if I'm not mistaken.
Right. So we have 2 variations of it. We have an i5 and an i7 that will be coming out mid-May or the end of May, and we have it in, you know, for the Bricks Gaming.
Beautiful. So now, when it comes to the small form factor systems, lots of different use cases of this. Of course, you could load Windows onto it, have a wide range of games available to play, but we're also hearing a lot recently about SteamOS.
Right, so SteamOS, we actually do have some of our bricks tested with SteamOS.
Okay.
We have a Bricks Pro right now at our booth that's running it, and they seem to work fine. We've done Windows 7, Windows 8, we can do Steam, and you know, it's just, we'll debug it. If there's any issues, we've been working on it. So you can try it definitely with SteamOS, it'll work.
So even though it's a small enclosed system, you'd still have that versatility of being able to go with whatever operating system you might want.
The way I look at it, it's just a really beautiful small form factor PC. And it does everything a PC does.
And you've got some expandability even there anyway. You've got SODIMM slots, so you could swap out the memory if it came to that. And we have the 2.5-inch drive in there, as well as, if I'm not mistaken, was there
mSATA.
An mSATA.
So there's mSATA, and for that 2.5, it's actually a SSD. It's actually a SATA port. So you can actually connect an SSD. You can connect a mechanical drive, or even you can connect a hybrid drive, like what we see here. So this is actually a hybrid drive with a part SSD cache inside.
That's beautiful. So that, I mean, just the idea. So think about it. You have Intel-based processor, NVIDIA full-fledged GTX 760 graphics card, 2 memory slots. You've got integrated network and Wi-Fi. You could put a 1 terabyte. I mean, you've already got a 1 terabyte hard drive there. You could add an SSD as well, which is like, those are full-size desktop specs.
Yes. And you pointed out a good thing. Like, this is the thing. We're selling it as a bare-bone kit. So you're getting it in terms of desktop. You're getting the chassis. So you're getting a power supply. You're getting a Wi-Fi card. You're getting the motherboard. You're getting the graphics card and the CPU.
Wow.
These are all included.
The power supply is in there?
The power supply would be the power brick.
Okay.
But I mean, it comes with the unit when you purchase it.
Okay.
So all you need to get is your storage option, your 2.5 or your mSATA, whichever you want to go with, and then your low voltage SODIMM RAM, DDR3L.
And I know you already mentioned this, but just to reiterate for folks, because I know that would be the next question, is when can we buy this?
This can be, you'll probably see it on market around mid-May to end of May.
Mid to late
so that's
May?
probably a good time. Check out Newegg. We'll definitely carry it there.
Newegg.com?
Yeah.
We'll have it there. So thank you guys for watching this video. Tom and Leon, thank you for coming by. Any final words to add?
Thanks for being here. I enjoyed it.
Me too.
We are continuing our coverage of PAX East 2014. To my right, I actually have someone from Corsair. This is Jason. How you doing today, Jason?
I'm doing great. I'm having a great time at PAX. It's my 6th in a row, so it's awesome. I get to meet the fans. I get to meet keyboard enthusiasts, mice enthusiasts. It's great.
This is only my 4th in a row. I feel inadequate now in this conversation.
You may catch up to me, so we'll see. We'll see.
If you get sick for 1 or 2, I'll catch up.
Yeah, 1 or 2. You're 1 or 2 behind right now.
Okay.
Yep.
So, guys, for all of you out there who maybe can or cannot see this very clearly, it looks like a couple of K70s in front of me, Jason.
So yes, we just announced 2 days ago 2 additional versions of the K70. So most people are familiar with purchasing the keyboard on Newegg that we only had it with black aluminum with red LEDs. So now we've opened it up to 2 additional switch types. So we have it now featured with Cherry MX Browns and Cherry MX Blue switches.
Cool. Yeah, Paul loves the Browns.
That's what he was saying.
Yeah.
And, Paul, we have the Browns now for you.
Excellent. You hear that, Paul?
Yes.
He's like behind the camera.
Where
on top of that, be watching him.
Paul.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, sorry.
Yeah, he's you just got to look for the goatee. That's it.
Okay, I can't miss
Flavor
it.
saver, man. That's it. So, so I see a couple extra things here I think are kind of cool. So let's just go down the laundry list of features on this board.
Yeah, I mean, what really makes the Corsair keyboard unique is that it's using aircraft-grade aluminum. Really gives it that rigidity feel, high quality, and then it has the exposed keycaps, which when you get that deep red LED, it just gives it a great ground effect backlighting. And then on top of that, you have per key programmability of the backlighting. So by using the programmable backlight button, you can individually set only the keys you want lit. So if you're playing Counter-Strike, FPS, and you want WASD 1 through 6, your tab, your spacebar for jump, you'll be able to customize that light pattern specifically for your game.
Awesome. That's fantastic. Yep. Okay. So we do that just by pressing this button, I'm guessing here, right?
Yeah, you just hold it down for 5 seconds, it will start blinking, and then you're just on and off, turning on and off whichever keys you want.
Every one you touch, right? Yes. Okay. What else do we have here?
You know, the one thing I really want to highlight is using the Cherry MX switches. You know, they're German-made, German-engineered, and when we started the development of expanding our line of K70 keyboards, we went out and we looked at all the clone switches out there because Cherry lost their patent 2 years ago, which basically they held for 30 years. And, you know, there are a lot of new switches on the market, and, you know, we evaluated them. We had to do our due diligence, but at the end of the day, the testing, the gamer feedback within Corsair is that those clone switches were not good enough for Corsair reliability and quality. So, you know, we definitely wanted to lower the price of our keyboards, but we didn't want to sacrifice quality. So that's why we're going to continue using the Cherry MX German-made switches.
You're sticking to the Heinz ketchup. You don't want to have that non-name brand stuff.
Exactly. And it's just, you know, made in Germany. The switch, all the components are made in Germany. So it's just high precision quality that everybody out there loves around the world.
Fantastic. Okay. I also noticed a switch on the back there.
So yeah, that's a switch we don't really talk about much, but what that is a BIOS switch. And you know, a lot of these motherboards, especially older ones, they don't update the BIOS that often anymore.
Right.
And this allows you to dumb down the keyboard basically, so it will work in BIOS when you're adjusting your memory, your timings, setting your hard drive going.
Yeah.
So it allows you to do that within your BIOS. So we just have that added compatibility.
That's fantastic. Yep. That's really good. Yeah. Okay. What else can we talk about with these keyboards before we part ways?
I mean, just you know, they're available on Newegg right now. So we just announced them on 2 days ago on Tuesday.
That's right. So
now they're available, and you can get them on Newegg right now. They're available for purchase.
So if that's it for these keyboards, I actually kind of was hoping you were going to walk over here with those Cherry MX RGB keyboards, man.
What?
I kind of was hoping that you were going to bring in those.
Oh, I know, I heard you.
Oh, okay.
I'm just trying not to talk about it.
I was hoping. Do you have any news on that front, man?
So,
what do we know?
Things are going well. I actually have one with me at PAX, but it's in my hotel. And I would tell you, in the last 2 days, I've gotten over 100 people asking me about the MX RGB. And I give them a little hint, and I say I have one in my hotel. When I leave PAX, I'm checking behind me to make sure that people aren't following back my hotel to try to get a glimpse of this thing.
That's actually a good point, because I know that Luke from Linus Tech Tips is here, so you got to be careful with that guy.
I'll
if you see a horse head mask following you anywhere, that is definitely him. Don't fall for it.
All right, I'll make sure I'm checking over both shoulders for that. But get back to your question. The development's going well. So we've already at a point where we have samples of it. We're doing our testing. We're matching up with our new software that I talked about at CES. So we're still holding firm to mid 2014, and I would expect the next major show you'll hear more about these keyboards.
That's fantastic news. Well, Jason, thank you so much for taking the time to speak with us today. Really appreciate
no problem.
it.
I'm here with Boo from Rosewill. How's it going, Boo?
Pretty good.
Fantastic. Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
I understand you have brought a case.
Yes, I have.
Where is it? Oh, it's right here.
Right here.
Okay. So let's talk a little bit about this series, right? This is part of the Legacy series.
That's correct.
You guys came out with this a little bit before CES.
Right around December timeframe.
So what's the reception been like? Are people enjoying these cases?
They've been enjoying a lot. We've gotten a lot of good feedback, and so far they're selling out.
All right, so excellent sales from the Legacy series. So we're continuing the Legacy series, and what model is this that we have here in front of us?
This is the new, making its first time appearance. It's the Legacy W1.
W1, all right. So I'm seeing aluminum exterior. It looks like these are actually individual panels. We got a steel chassis inside, and motherboard support for this one. These are mini ITX.
That's correct.
Okay, so this is a slightly larger mini ITX case. So is the idea here that you could maybe deck this out with a bit more hardware? Full-size graphics cards, lots of hard drive support in there as well.
That's right, and also water cooling.
Excellent. All right, so why don't you talk a little bit about this case, and I'm going to start taking it apart.
Okay, well this case here, all the top panels, side panels, and front panels, they can all be removed toollessly. They're all being supported all by push pins on the sides. The power supply is on a separate chamber down at the bottom by itself. It can support the longest power supply, so I can install our Hercules 1600, which is about 9 inches power supply. It'll fit right in the bottom. There's 2 slots of 2.5 inch on the bottom next to the hard drive, next to the power supply. It'll support 4 3.5 inch in the hard drive cage on the top. It'll support your longest video card. It'll come pre-installed with 2 140s, one in the front and one in the rear. And it'll also support up to a 280 watt radiator on the top.
Up at the top here. Now we also have the slot loading.
Right, you'll support internal slot loading optical drive up to 12 millimeters.
And when Boo first brought this over, there's an extra panel here that's also included. So you can swap out that optical drive support there and drop this in, and that will give you the radiator support up on the top.
That's correct, yes.
Excellent. So little added piece of hardware there. And just so you guys can, I know I took these all off already, but these are aluminum panels, which means they're very light, but they're also very sturdy. There's like zero flex to these at all. So they got these big metal pins. Those are what just pops into the side. So easy to remove them. So as you can see, you can pretty much break this down so you have complete access to the internals, and especially with the mini ITX system, that's very nice to have because cabling can often be a bit of a chore when you're working in a cramped space.
And if you do decide to go air cooling, it'll support the tallest air CPU cooler as well.
All right, so plenty of vertical space in there, as you mentioned. And then we also have the 3.5 inch drives go right here.
Yes.
Now I don't see drive trays. Are those are included separately?
Yes, they'll come included with the case, but with this sample, we did not include it with it.
All right, so just to clarify, if you guys are looking at this and seeing some blank spot, you'll get the, so are they drive rail or trays that you pop in and then you can slide them in there? All right, very nice. And you mentioned SSD support down here at the bottom. You can fit a couple 2.5s.
2 slots.
And then you were saying you can fit a Rosewill Hercules power supply in here.
Yes, you can.
I don't know why you would need a Rosewill Hercules power supply. What could we put in here that would take 1600 watts? That's my question.
Anything you want.
Maybe a Titan Z.
That would fit.
That would be awesome. This case, mini ITX with a Titan Z, and maybe like a liquid-cooled CPU.
Yes, that would be a very nice setup.
That'd be super sweet.
This case was meant to be designed to support your most powerful gaming hardware in a little mini ITX setup.
So this one's more about getting like top-end hardware into a mini ITX build than it is necessarily about making the smallest case you possibly can. So
that's right.
You're gonna have better cable management in there anyway as a result of that. And then the front panel up here, as you guys have probably already seen at the beginning, this also pops off. And then there's a 140 millimeter fan right behind that.
Right.
And there's plenty of space. There's a big gap there, so you're gonna have plenty of room for airflow for that stuff to come up. And if you guys see, it has a tail right here. That's just a security device, so nobody steals this from PAX.
And I also forgot to mention that there's a fan switch.
Oh yeah.
They control your fan speed between high, low.
So three speed. That's a voltage control, I'm guessing. 3-speed fan controller, right there. So just also painted black interior, which is pretty standard, but a nice finish on the paint job there. And I like how you guys have added this kind of soft padding right here, because these side panels will pop in like that, but then, you know, when you got the fans going there, some potential for vibrations, but that's going to make sure you got no noise.
Definitely.
Going on. So very nice case there, Boo. Now, one last thing to point out would be the bottom down here. Really, really tall rubber feet. So that's going to help absorb a lot of vibration and that sort of thing. Removable dust filter here for your power supply fan intake as well. So that's nice to have. And then I think you already pointed out the I/O on the side here, but a couple.
2 USB 3.0, your power reset, and your mic and your audio in.
Beautiful. So is this case available now? Is it coming soon?
It's coming soon in May.
In May?
Price targeting is around $120. It'll come in silver and black, in a windowed and non-windowed version.
Beautiful. So if you guys are looking for a high-end gaming PC in a mini ITX form factor, check this one out right here. The model name once again?
It's a Legacy W1.
Legacy W1. All right. Well, Boo, thank you very much again for stopping by today.
Thanks for having me, Paul.
Hello everybody and welcome back to Newegg TV, and this is a very special edition of Newegg TV where we are in fact broadcasting this live on Twitch. So this is fantastic news. Thanks to everybody there at Twitch for making that happen, and also for GameCrate and Newegg.com. Aside from that, I'm actually talking to two colleagues of mine from Intel. Here is Randy. How are you today, sir?
Good, how are you?
I'm very good, and we have Mark as well.
Nice
How you
to be
doing,
here.
man?
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you guys for coming in. So, obviously, I have a couple laptops here. What's going to be in these laptops, Mark?
So what I wanted to do is bring over a couple examples. Many of these are actually Newegg exclusives, by the way. Many examples of how our 4th generation Intel Core i7 processors are really being able to deliver better battery life, better performance, and with the better battery life and using less energy, you're actually able to build these notebooks that are really, really powerful, that have a much thinner form factor and are much lighter to carry around. So one example over here is the MSI GS60. As you can see, very, very thin, very, very light, and just a really beautiful design.
GS60 is gorgeous.
It is gorgeous, and it's at Newegg.
Yes.
And over here
Newegg
we have another really great example of how we've been able to hit really on all cylinders with our customers like Gigabyte. So this is the Gigabyte Aorus X7, again on Newegg, and not only do you get a really powerful quad-core i7 processor, you also get 2 graphics cards in such a small, thin chassis. And what they've been able to do is solve another, great problem, which is the thermals.
Right.
So they have 5 heat pipes in here going to quad exhaust.
Nice.
So even after playing your games for about 12 hours or more, you can actually put it on your lap and it's still not hot to the touch.
Comfortable to the touch, huh?
Again,
Yeah.
really just hitting on all the different cylinders, from performance to being able to play all your great games, being able to, have a really stylish design, be able to carry it everywhere with you, and cutting down on the thermals as well.
Yeah, that's fantastic. Also, very power efficient as well. That's going to be fantastic for any mobile device. It's going to cut down on the heat as well. So then you just have something that lasts a lot longer. It's perfect. It's great. Okay. So I'm just curious. I have a couple more questions for you as well. Do you foresee any kind of impedance to advancements to the power of Intel products?
So instead of really looking at impedances, what we should really look at is sort of the direction that Intel is going by offering a lot of hardware-specific functionality. And one of these examples that we're really proud of is QuickSync Video. So Intel QuickSync Video is hardware acceleration for transcoding.
Oh, that's awesome.
And that's really great if you're taking files, like video files, and you're putting it onto your tablet device or your phone. So it does that very quickly. But one of the really great things for gamers is we have been optimizing Intel QuickSync Video for the OBS streaming software.
That's great software, by the way. Anybody out there that streams probably already knows about it, but if you don't, you really should look into it.
Exactly, but what a lot of people don't know yet is that there's a simple toggle within OBS. All you do is you go in there and you toggle on QSV, and you're able to drop your CPU usage by as much as half.
Wow.
So a significant drop in CPU usage, and what that gets you is you get a better streaming experience,
right?
Plus, you get more frames per second. And
it's great for something like a laptop, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it's awesome on a desktop, but it's really amazing on a notebook device, right, where you might have been playing close to your peak performance,
right,
but by getting all those resources back, you're able to get, again, a better streaming experience, and you're able to play at higher frames per second. Really win-win.
Awesome. All right, so VR is a really big thing right now. Everybody's talking about it. What is Intel doing in the VR field?
Well, almost every VR solution out there, with the exception of the one from Sony, runs on a PC. So we are working closely with those who are in the VR space to enable the experience to run excellently on our product. The main advantage for us on the CPU front is that when you're gaming and you're involved in full motion head tracking like the Oculus Rift does, that tracking is a CPU intensive algorithm.
Right.
So what you want to do is have plenty of headroom in your system and be ready to be able to adapt to VR by having such a powerful computer like a Core i7 4770K like we're shipping today. I did want to touch back to Mark's streaming and QuickSync Video. One quick comment about that.
Sure,
in the recent update to Valve's beta for in-home streaming, they've added support for Intel QuickSync Video. So now, if you're liking your in-home streaming beta, you happen to be lucky enough to have the beta from Valve, or if you want to get into the beta, that's one more reason that you're going to like it, because when you're doing streaming from one of your PCs to the other in the house, one of your games to the one machine that doesn't have it, it's going to be even better now because that quick sync capability is enabled in that in-home streaming beta.
That's
so it's
awesome.
a really cool option.
I'm a big Steam junkie too. I go broke all the time buying all the different Steam sales, all the games. I have tons of games. I think I just broke 300 recently, and I don't know. I'm a fanatic about it. But there was something you hinted to me about. You had some news for us.
Well, yes. A few weeks back, our general manager alluded to some product launches that are coming, and they're still coming. They're not being announced today, but we wanted to reiterate for your audience that Devil's Canyon is coming, and Devil's Canyon is our Haswell Core i7 refresh that will be launching at Computex, which is in the June timeframe, just before E3. For those in the gaming realm, they understand
cool.
E3 timeframe maybe a little better than Computex.
Right.
But this is going to be a massively overclockable platform. It's going to be Haswell based, a 4th generation core. We're also at the same time going to announce a new Pentium. We sort of teased that out already. It's a Pentium Anniversary Edition that will be pretty overclockable as well. It's going to be a great show for us.
Cool.
A great time to be a PC gamer because you're going to have lots of options. From if you're an overclocking enthusiast, you're going to be able to crank up the knobs on a Devil's Canyon based system and add it to your collection.
That's awesome, Randy. That's fantastic news. I just want to thank you guys so much once again for coming in, and we really appreciate everything you guys do with us.
Great, thank you.
Yeah, no problem. I have brought with me a Rajiv from Cooler Master. Rajiv, how are you doing today, man? Whoa, 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 whoa.
There we go.
Who was that? What
My
just
number
happened?
one fan.
I
mean, I'm really popular here at PAX. I know you're aware of that. Ever since I've been on Newegg TV,
yes,
people notice me everywhere.
They really do.
So
I've noticed
I'm
that.
somewhat of a diva now. I just needed to be prepped.
Wow. You know, I went to your booth. You were in the middle of doing a giveaway. Nice young woman walked me to the front, and I actually stole the microphone from someone else's hands. In front of everybody else, I was like, are you going to come over to our booth and do an interview or not?
Yeah, and you know what? I mean, you called me out, and then you made me wait.
How long did I make you wait?
About 45 minutes.
And that's the secret to success, ladies and gentlemen. Make the divas wait. All right. So aside from that, I notice here that you have, it's a quickfire, right? Yes, it is. A rapid eye.
This is the one that we showed back at your studios a couple months back.
Okay,
It's our quickfire rapid eye. It's actually using a 32-bit ARM processor with active light technology. Basically, it's reactive lighting. Hold on a second. Let me turn this on. Oh,
there's active lighting that we were just talking about.
Here. So basically, what it allows you to do is it has a really cool effect of whenever you press the keys, it lights up. Nice little trailing effect.
Oh, very cool.
But the big benefit of that is also you can program each individual key. So for example, right now I'm learning how to play Titanfall, and I don't remember all the keys, right?
Okay.
Like I don't know what key does what.
Right.
So I can actually customize and make a profile for Titanfall, light up the keys that I need to use, and learn it that way.
Oh, okay. So basically, if you always switch weapons with this button, use that. If you always use grenades with this button, use that. So you just figure out what the mapping is.
Yeah, it's all profile management. Uses the ARM 32-bit processor to kind of store all those.
Nice.
And it's a really cool feature. We've seen a lot of people here at PAX absolutely love it.
Oh, that's fantastic, man. That's good news. All right. So I want to mention something completely off topic. Is that okay?
Oh,
Can I do that?
I mean, isn't that what we always do?
We always do that. Yeah. We're ADD like crazy.
Yeah.
So, did a live build thing. I was shoutcasting. Paul and Luke did the build off. Did you hear about it?
No.
No? Okay. I'll tell you real quick. Mike from Lutro Customs, your buddy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So, Mike.
So him and I are shoutcasting it. Mike throws out this, like, racist joke about you. And I was like, hold on a second. You joke a lot about yourself. But I feel like we should not joke like that about you. And he was just like, 6,000 people watching, no problem. Like, Mike, no, wait, stop. Let me explain this to everybody. Yeah.
No, I told him to tell me that joke. That's our joke. But I'm still going to whoop him with his own power supply cable.
Is that what you're going to do? You're going to choke him out?
I'm going to lutro him. That's what I'm
going
to
do.
Lutro him, yeah. I just coined that term, by the way.
That's fantastic.
But no, he's a good friend of mine. I mean, we always hang out. He was by our booth earlier today.
Nice.
Just messing around, even trying out the keyboard.
Cool.
He even got one of these I Tap That t-shirts.
Dude, can you get me one of those?
Yeah, of course I will, man.
Awesome. Size medium, you know it.
Medium or medium?
Leave me alone, man. Just leave me alone. All right, Rajiv, thanks so much, man.
Always good. Just real quick, so this is our Quickfire Rapid Eye sign-up page. You can actually go there at event.coolermaster.com/rapideye. Nice. Actually get notified when it'll be available at Newegg. So people that want to buy this, You know, this is a sign-up page as soon as you guys have it.
Oh, and they'll just send them an email directly?
We'll send an email and let them know, hey, it's on sale. So,
oh, that's really good news, man. Well, Rajiv, thanks so much. I'm sorry
Of
to cut you
course.
off so soon last time.
No worries. You made me wait and then you kicked me out real quick.
That's what I do.
That's
exactly
just what
I
you do. All right, man.
Thanks you guys also for watching. Don't forget to stay tuned for more PAX East 2014 coverage, and we'll see you guys very soon.